Alrighty. So today, I was feeling a little down. You know, not much of my life is going according to plan, but in the end, I think to myself, there's so much I have to improve. And I am 21, and I understand that I have not gone through one third of my life yet if I live to over 70 or over 60. Excuse me. And for me, it really puts me in perspective of what I've yet to learn. And every time I think I've hit rock bottom, it only reminds me that I can only improve from here. Like, I'll never be out on the street and, you know, and if it even comes down to that, I know that I can trust in myself to be able to compromise with the world on what is necessary and what needs to be done. Say I need to develop more friendships, then I trust in myself to develop more friendships in order to facilitate some way for me to come out of the rut, come out of the mud. Even though it might look daunting, because life is a daunting task. Trying to go through life and feeling as though you know what you need to do. It's a very daunting task, especially when other people rely on you for that as well. Now, the best part about life is that nobody owes you anything, and you don't owe anything to the world. So you're going to find out real quick just exactly what it takes to become that kind of man, that kind of person that understands that no matter what you go through, you're not going to succumb to your previous self, to your past self. And I was just thinking, like, because things aren't going as planned, right? But that doesn't mean that I don't understand the plan. That doesn't mean that I have no clue what the plan is. It's just things aren't in alignment with the plan right now. But think 2 years down the line, 4 years down the line, as long as I don't quit, as long as, because that is where all humans fail, that is where everybody fails, right? Because even if you stave off the path, even if you know, you have to remember yourself and you have to remember what your goals are. Because if you forget that, then you start thinking even more bad things. Like, oh, this might happen, my parents might die, or, you know, even if you're in that position, it is not good to stress as much as that stress is going to hit you, right? It is inevitable. But we must stick to ourselves. We must stay stoic because of the fact that there is nothing coming to save us. But as long as we know ourselves, as long as we know that we will never fall down that rudder, that the gutter, whatever you want to call it, as long as we won't fall off, then we completely understand that we are going to be fine. That stress can only hit a certain level because we know that we're able to get things done. If you're having a solid month or 2 months where you just feel as though you're not making any progress, just simply remember who you want to be, who you want to accomplish, what you want to accomplish, who you want to accomplish becoming. Because if you can't accomplish in becoming a stable man, a stable, emotionally stable person, and a person that is able to consistently fall off but get back on. And the more times you do these reps, the more times you fall off and get back on, and you get back on even harder, the more confidence you will have in yourself. So even if you're 21, even if you're 25, even if you're 30, and you feel as though you're not matching up to, all the social media, all the people out there that are just consistently bombarding your brain with what you should be doing. You must know yourself and what you want to be doing. So if you want to simply, have kids, raise them, and, have this nice loving wife, you can't be bringing in that energy of, all women are bad, or all, I can't have a good life without multiple women in my life. No. If in the end what you want is just a stable life, like such, then you should never worry about falling off. If in the end you want to try and provide for your family, and do so through a certain business that you've thought of, because you can't just want to be rich and, not have any goals. You need to pick a specific path and then build that up through your own skills. And obviously it's not going to be simple, but that's why I say when you're 25, even 30, you still have that 10-year period that you can give your all into these things. And because I'm 21, I understand that even if I'm falling off right now, the more I am capable of redirecting myself back onto the path that I think was given to me by God, or the one that I've at least given to myself, then I understand where I'm supposed to be at and how to redirect myself back onto that path. So, as scared as you might be, as much as you might feel as if there are no good people in the world, and you're never going to be able to redirect yourself onto that path because there's no point, it's not worth it. Remind yourself, who do you want to become? Remind yourself, even if it doesn't happen in your lifetime, everything's going to be all right because you are trying. So as long as you stick to trying, as long as you don't fall off the path of, I want to stop trying. No, you always have to continuously remind yourself that you want to keep trying. Because as soon as we stop trying, that's exactly where humanity fails. And a lot of people nowadays, they want to give up. They want to stop trying. And is it because of the pain of being inadequate? The pain of the rejection, of the inability to solve the problems? Probably. But you shouldn't let that pain take over your entire life. You should make sure that in spite of that pain, you're going to keep trying. And what that looks like, it's trying to build a community around you. It's trying to make sure that, if you don't remember your name, other people remember your name. Because once it gets to that point, of course, you can't do anything. You hit that Alzheimer's, you get too old. But make sure there's something at least that you stand for. And if you stand for improvement, constantly trying to improve your lifestyle, constantly trying to go out there and do what you can in order to make sure that you are able to facilitate a proper home for your children, or facilitate a proper home for whatever ideals you hold. As long as you stay dedicated to what it is that is keeping you going, then you'll never stop. And it's just a matter of finding that out, finding what it is. Because is no other option. You need to dedicate your life to that specific task. You need to dedicate your life to what it is you want. And like I say, I mentioned, the kids and, the happy wife, happy life kind of lifestyle. And I think, yeah, sure. As much as we might feel the tension in social media, we must not let it get to our head. Because we will then facilitate a breeding ground for that exact same energy. We will not be the person we want to become if we allow that to dictate what our lifestyle is and what our life choices will be. Because we can't let it continue. We can't let that energy get into our head and get it into our head so much so that we change our decisions and we make terrible decisions based on, we go out there and we go to the club because bitches ain't shit. We go out there, we keep smoking and drinking because, we can't do anything about, politics and shit like that. It's naive. If we feel as though we have no power, then we will have no power eventually. You'll become lethargic. You won't be able to get out of bed. So, really rethink what it is that's keeping you going and what it is that makes you want to stop all the other actions. Stop all the actions that are just quick dopamine. It's not about what video you watch. No, it's about what's constantly reminding you about where you want to be in life. So, really think about it. What is constantly reminding you about where you want to be in life? I'm constantly reminded by the fact that I want to, be a father figure to somebody. I really want to be a father. And to get there, you're just going to have to constantly work, especially in today's day and age. But, yep. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. And if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. I appreciate you. Subscribe.